like it or not, but with their constant push of vintage synth clones, Behringer has effectively killed the vintage synth market for good. It's over, folks. You're polishing brass on the Titanic. I made a video over a year ago where I said that your vintage gear will be worth next to nothing. I got a lot of comments on that video. Many disagreed with me, but the future is here now. I couldn't help noticing that Behringer had their prototype BX1 at NAMM 25, and they had their Jupiter 8 clone showing as well. And with their constant fleet of synth clones that has emerged over the past couple of years or so, they've effectively killed the synth markets. I've been following a lot of synths on eBay for the last year or so, and almost none of the more expensive vintage synths sell. They don't sell, and even if the price goes down and down and down, they don't sell anymore. I've been watching the Yamaha DX1 on eBay, and when Behringer showed us the BX1, the price went down 50,000 overnight for that DX1, and it still hasn't sold. It's near impossible to sell vintage synths these days, and that's because of Behringer and plugins emulating the vintage synths better and better. Younger synth musicians, they're not interested in paying $20,000 or $30,000 for an Oberheim OBXA or whatever, when they can have the UBX from Behringer or one of the good plugin emulation that exists today. It's us, the old geezers, that are interested in the old physical synths that we grew up lusting after in the actual 80s. And we're gonna die. We're dying, folks. In 20, 30 years, we'll be dead. We'll be food for maggots. And no one will be interested in buying that old OBXA you have in your studio. No one. Absolutely no one, because they already have the sounds in either Behringer form or in plugin form. I've been trying to sell my Prophet VS for over 6 months now in Norway, Scandinavia, locally. And this is a refurbished one. New display, all new tact switches, brand new power supply. I even have clone chips, the CEM 5530 clone chips. Even so, no one is interested, and that's because of Behringer. Behringer has effectively killed the lust in a lot of people's hearts for the original vintage ones, and I don't blame them. I think what Behringer is doing is great, although I don't see any reason why someone should buy the BX1, which I think is a totally ridiculous idea, at least how it was presented at NAMM. But it will sell in like hotcakes, I'm sure, when and if Behringer releases it. Who's going to pay 100,000 grand for a Yamaha DX1 after that? Absolutely no one. Say it again, absolutely no one. So sell your vintage synths now if you are able to. Behringer has much better options for you. Plugin emulations is a much better option for you if you're after the experience of the real hardware, or if you're after the sound only, then the plugin will definitely suffice. And contrary to what some might think, I'm not going through a divorce, I'm not having a nervous breakdown, I'm not having a midlife crisis, I'm not scoring high on the autism spectrum, I'm not having Asperger's, I don't clickbait, I don't rage bait, I don't cry bait, I'm only telling you as it is. I'm Espen Kraft, and you're not.
Mantra.